And so we start with what? SQL aggregate what? Aggregate functions. So these are basically functions that perform calculations. Okay, just like the normal sum in Excel or the normal um, minimum maximum, okay, in Excel. So these are functions that tend to perform calculation across uh, your database, okay, or your table to be more precise, a column or a row in your table, precisely a column in your table, and then return a single value from it. Okay, all right. So, but let's first of all start by just doing the select only part, and then if we still have more time, we can get to the group by, which is also very, very important. Okay. So one of the first this thing we'll look at, aggregate functions we look at is what? The mean, okay, and the what? Max. Right, these are quite simple. Nothing too hectic about them. Okay, so basically we write select. If I can spell select, right, and then put minimum, okay, bracket, suppose. Then I'm going to switch us to our usual database, which is our bike stores. Okay, so I want to find the minimum list price. Let's start from there first. Minimum list price. Okay, then I have to tell it where to get the minimum list price, which is what? From, okay, the minimum list price from production dot what? Products. Okay, select minimum list price from production dot products. All right, now I would execute this. Okay, but before that, I also write the same one, the equivalent of it, which is select the max imon list price. If I put it all in one place, maximum list price, okay, from maximum list price from the same place, basically the same, just the same table. The only difference is the maximum and the minimum. Okay, so we'll do both and then see the impact. Okay, so we have our minimum price to be what? 89.99. Now notice it's saying no column name. Okay, it's telling us no column name, basically. So the aggregate functions by default don't return a particular column name. Right, so we have to set our column names using what we call as what? Alias or alias, however those things are called. Okay, so I'll call this mean. Okay, I'll call this mean what? Am I right? Mean price. Okay, and I'll call this as max price. Okay, so I believe if I execute it now, it should give me what? Mean price is what? 89.99, and the max price should be around 5,000 something, like so 11,999. Okay, so that's basically for the minimum and the maximum. Okay, now I can return more than one single, okay, column, but that will not be like an ideal case right now. All right, so let me look at another data. I hope this one is clear. This one is quite simple. Okay, so let's see. look at other items. Okay, so let's do the same thing but using sum, right? Let's use the same thing but using sum. Now let's find the sum of ordered items. Okay, all the items that was ordered in our market. Let's sum it up and see what it should look like. Select what sum. Okay, now list price. If I can write it the way it was written. As total price from, okay, this is sales dot ordered items, right? So again, I'm just going to execute this, and yeah, that is the total amount that was what gotten. So these are some way of just writing simple functions to just sum everything. So the whole sales throughout the year or throughout the lifespan of the database or this particular table is what you're looking at.
So, can you follow this app main price and add max price added to this? Because even after executing it, still give me the same value. Even after
Yeah, it's not to
nothing
give
changed.
it's not to give you a different value, it's to change that place that was written no column name. So now write the column name that you're adding. So you're not saying list price should now be, or the minimum list price should now be what? Saved as that what you now wrote as. The as there is just to tell it whatever that is before this should be represented as what is coming after the as.
Since there is no column name, it's just
Yeah.
giving it a column name.
Yes.
So as is used to give a column name.
Yes, let's put it that way. But let's just put it that way. It's just to give a column name. Okay. So then we'll do count, we do let's say we do count and average. So let's say we want to find out, so this is minimum, this is sum. Okay, so this is, let's do sum and count. Then now we figured out how much we made. So let's figure out how many sales we made to get that amount. Okay, we don't know how much we made. Let's now figure out how many sales was made to get what that amount. So basically going to count order ID, I suppose. Order ID as total orders. Okay, and I'm gonna say from sales dot order items. Okay, so I suppose this should give us. Now you can be asking, where should I use this? Where should I use this? Basically, these are what you use to, well, first of all, answer simple questions around the data set. Okay, very basic simple questions around your data set. Something that you just want to know from the beginning so that you can make informed decisions. Okay, so I think I'll add average under them as well so we can get that one done as well. So, average So again, I'll still be using the price because that's the only place that makes sense to use average. Okay, let's see the average returns for the year. If you know the maximum return, you know the minimum return. You can know the whatever return we choose to know. We can know it, but let's just call it the average returns for now from sales dots. Why is it not? Yeah. So that is that. Okay, like I said, we can use just beyond this. We can combine this with, like I said, other group by. Okay, we can combine this with where clauses and the rest of it. All right. So we may look at one example, but I want us to do that group by before we look at an example using group by. Let's say you want to find products that are higher than the average. You know what the average of the this thing is. Okay. Now let's say you want to find products that are higher than the average. Okay, so let's off from okay production production dot product. Okay, let's still write it where okay list price is greater than okay. Then in a bracket, remember we had if you want to write multiple commands and allow things run first, we put them in what in a parenthesis. Okay, when we want things to execute first, we put them in a parenthesis. So I'm basically going to write what I have here. Okay, I'm basically going to write what I have here. So I'll copy it and paste it out. Okay, so I may not be needing this as. Okay, I'm needing that as. So now what I'm saying is return all the products where their price is bigger than the average selling or ordered price. Okay, products that are ordered on the average return the products where their single unit price is higher than the total average price. Okay, so I'll go ahead and execute this, and we have our records. Okay, everything here should be higher than 120. What's that number again? 120. Listen. It was 1,212. So everything here should be higher than 1,212. Okay, nothing should be below 1,212 there. Another thing we can do is remember we have we done select distinct.
No, I don't know.
Okay, so I will talk about distinct now. So count distinct. Okay. Apart from
For this count,
yeah,
like what does it, I mean, how does it affect the column?
basically counts row by row in each in the column you specified.
Just count, but it does not have
It
the
doesn't add, it just count how many occurrences.
okay.
Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, just like that. Okay. Products. Right. So let's return and count products that have what? Distinct product name. That will be the last thing we'll do. So out of our whole products, we have what? 291 products that have distinct product name. Okay? So that's the last thing that we are doing for today. So we went from max, minimum, count. Okay, let's do this like this. Count and average. Then down to count distance and the rest of it. Okay? So the distance there is just basically returning unique values. That's all. The distance there is basically what? Returning unique values. So
So